Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you guys some tips and tricks for getting V2 rockets in Call of Duty World War II. I know that this is kind of the goal each and every year with the newer Call of Duty games, to go after the nuclear, or if we're lucky enough, the nuke if it is in the game. And with World War II, we were fortunate enough to have a nuke itself called the V2 rocket, which is really cool. And I wanted to share with you guys some things that I think you should be doing if you're struggling to get one, or if you just want to get more. So the first tip that I have for you is to choose a class setup that you're comfortable with. This is not the time to be experimenting with different classes, different guns, different attachments. If you want to get a V2 rocket, if you're struggling to get this nuke, use something that you're used to using and that you know you can do well with. So many people will get frustrated and start switching guns. For example, if they get melted by PPSH and they never use it, they're just like, oh, this gun must be the gun to use. I'm going to use this. I'll get the rocket with this. And then it just throws them off completely because they're not used to using that gun, and then you're just going to do worse. So don't be switching classes. Don't be using different guns. If you want to try to get a V2 rocket, use the setup that you know you are the best with. It's not a time to experiment with different classes and different weapons and so on and so forth. Guys, attachments are key, so when you're creating your class, make sure that you're buffing your guns and not your streaks. It's like this now, and it's been like this for a while. The streaks really have never played a part in getting a nuke except for in Modern Warfare 2. So I highly recommend not using perks or basic trainings that are going to benefit your streaks or benefit something other than your gun, because the gun is the most important thing when going for a V2 rocket. You want to have the most overpowered gun because you want to win every gunfight. You're not going to be able to call in a kill streak and get 10 kills that are going to go toward that V2 rocket. So again, guys, buff your guns, not your streaks. I would recommend using primed so that you can run an extra attachment, and quick draw and grip are necessities when trying to get, not even when trying to get a rocket, just when playing the game in general. Quick draw and grip, definitely the way to go. The third attachment is on you, whatever you're comfortable with. The second tip that I have for you is to stay off the radar. Now, when I say stay off the radar, I mean stay out of the mini-map when calling in recon aircraft. So run the mountain division. I highly recommend it. You're quiet running around. You hide from recon aircrafts. This is something that is super crucial. I can't tell you how many times me and my friends have tried to get rockets in this game and have died because the other team called in a recon aircraft and they knew exactly where we were, which is such a pain in the ass. So run mountain division. Make sure that you have everything unlocked for the mountain division, so it's not just a waste of a spot there. But use mountain division. Stay off the radar. It'll help you so much in the long run. The next tip that I have for you is to run Smart Scorestreaks. The only two that I would recommend running are the recon aircraft and the counter recon aircraft. I wouldn't recommend running anything else. Unfortunately, there's no Hater / Blackbird / Orbital VSAT in this game. And I don't recommend using some random score streak. I feel like it's nice to be able to reset your streaks as soon as you get the counter recon aircraft, so that you can get right into getting that regular recon aircraft again, so that you can hopefully inch closer to getting that V2 rocket. So recon aircraft and counter recon aircraft, I feel like, are the two best score streaks to run, and I think that those are the only two that you should run. The next tip that I have for you is to play with friends. You need help, and that's the truth, and it's been like that for a long time. People think that they can just get nukes all by themselves, and a lot of times you can. But if you go back and look, there's a good chance that a lot of those times you were with friends, people that were helping you out. It's very important to play with friends so that you're on the same page. You have communication. You're not playing with a bunch of randoms that are doing things that are going to go against you, like flipping the spawns. So play with people that are at least talking so that you can communicate. You know what's going on. And if you have awesome friends, maybe they'll run UAVs and counter UAVs with you to hopefully help you stay off that radar and to kind of have almost an unlimited UAV. The next tip that I have for you is to not change your playstyle. This kind of goes back to the first thing that I was saying with creating a new class. Don't change your playstyle completely to try to get a V2 rocket. Adjust your playstyle. Now, when I say that, so many people that are really aggressive, and this is mainly where you see it, people like me that like to rush around the map. When going for a V2 rocket, we're like, okay, obviously we can't rush into the spawn if we're trying not to die for 25 kills, so let me just hide. And when you do that, you're throwing off your playstyle completely, and you're doing something you're not used to at all. So you might as well not have a gun if you're just going to do something you're not used to whatsoever. And you guys will notice that. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been through that, where you switch your playstyle up completely and it just doesn't feel right, and you can't do as well as you're used to doing. So don't change your playstyle completely, just adjust your playstyle. For example, when I say adjust, don't rush too much. If you're someone that likes to play aggressive, that likes to move around the map and try to get close to the enemy spawn, be careful. Don't just go running into the enemy spawn like you usually do. Go to the spawn, but play defensive in their spawn, if that makes any sense. So just pull it back a little bit and try to stick to your roots however you play the game, and it should benefit you. The next tip that I have for you is to play the perimeter of the map. Playing the perimeter is always a tip. I give this in a lot of my videos because it's very important to try to cut off getting shot in the back or from the side. And by playing the perimeter, you're almost cutting off half the map. You don't have to worry about your entire, whether it be your left side or your right side, whichever direction you're running, because it's the edge of the map. So you only have to look one direction, which is very, very nice, and will give you a much better chance of getting kills and not dying, as well as you're going to be coming up behind people, because a lot of people don't play the perimeter because Call of Duty is so fast-paced. So play the perimeter of the map. It'll help you out a lot, and keep moving. The next tip that I have for you is to play a game mode that lasts long enough to get a V2 rocket. I feel like this is an obvious statement, but unfortunately, it is not. Because so many people will try to get rockets, will try to get nukes, and not realize that the game is about to end. So don't play Team Deathmatch. You're not going to get a V2 rocket. I don't care how good you are unless you're playing 1-on-6. You're always going to get to the end game right before you get it. That's just how it works. So play game modes like Domination, Kill Confirmed. I don't recommend playing Hardpoint, and the reason for that is because of how horrible the spawns are. People literally spawn everywhere in that game mode, so I think it would be much, much harder to do it in Hardpoint. But Kill Confirmed is a very, very good one, as well as Domination, because obviously you'll know where they're at depending on what flags they have. But again, guys, pick a game mode that's going to last long enough. Don't be dumb and try to do it in Team Deathmatch or Search and Destroy. I don't even know why I said that. I feel like that's obvious. And the final tip that I have for you guys is to play the minimap. Pay attention to the minimap even if you don't have a UAV. I've said this in a lot of videos as well. Pay attention to where your teammates are. If your teammates are on the other side of the map, there's a good chance the enemies are going to be near you. So pay attention to the minimap regardless of having to recon aircraft, and you should be good to go. You should be good to go. But anyway, guys, that's for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy these tips. If you guys have anything else to add, be my guest. Leave some comments. Leave some more tips. It would be grateful. I would be grateful. But anyway, guys, that's for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see all you guys in the next video.